Hello students, good morning all of you. In today's lecture we will see regarding the introduction of the pneumatic system. Before we start for this session, I will recall regarding the previous lectures. In previous lectures we have seen different types of industrial circuits, the design of industrial circuits which are being used over there. Mainly those circuits which are commonly used for operation of the hydraulic system that we have seen. Now we will see regarding the pneumatic system, what is pneumatic system, what are the components, and later on we will see what are the advantage of pneumatic system as compared to hydraulic system and advantage of hydraulic system as compared to the pneumatic system. Now in this video we will see regarding the introduction of the pneumatic system. What is pneumatic system? What are the components of it? On what principle does it works? And what are the different components used in the pneumatic system? Now first of all let us see what is pneumatic system. An English word pneumatic and its associate noun pneumatics are derived from the Greek pneuma, means breathe or air. Now pneumatic itself word is used, it is a Greek word. It itself means breathe or air. It means the pneuma word is associated with air or breathing. Pneumatic is the application of compressed air or pressurized air to power machine or control or regulate machine. Mainly, what is the application of pneumatic system? It takes the air from the atmosphere, it pressurizes the air, and that pressurized air is used in order to regulate or operate the machine. The next is pneumatic can also be defined as a branch of fluid power technology that deals with the generation, transmission and control of power using pressurized air. Gas is a pneumatic system, behaves like a spring since it is compressible. Friends, this is again another definition which is used here. Pneumatic can also be defined as a branch of fluid power technology which deals with the study of or generation or transmission or the control of power using pressurized air. Gas in a pneumatic system itself, it is a compressible. If you compress the gas, it compresses, so it works like a spring. That is why only it is possible that we can compress the air. The liquid, for example, let us take oil or let us take we can pressurize it but we cannot compress it, or water, we can pressurize it but we cannot compress, we cannot decrease its volume. So here we can decrease or reduce the volume by pressurizing, and that pressurized air, it is used to operate the pneumatic tools, pneumatic machines that we will see later on in this presentation. That what are the application, different industrial application or common application used for the pneumatic system. In pneumatic control, compressed air is used as a working medium and normally at a pressure from 6 bar to 8 bar using pneumatic. Normally the pressure which is used, that is, you can say it is the pneumatic control system which operates at 6 bar to 8 bar. Normally the gas cylinder or LPG cylinder at our home, that is in range of pressure around 8 bar or 8.5 bar. So the pressurized air which is used in the pneumatic system, it is around 6 to 8 bar. Now it is not only limited to this, we can also increase the pressure depending on our requirement. If our requirement is higher, if we require more air, then this pressure can increase. So now The basic component of the pneumatic system. What are the basic components of the pneumatic system? So friends, you can see here, this is the entire pneumatic circuit. We have seen the hydraulic circuit. So some components, for example, direction control valve, then the next one is actuator, receiver, storage of tank. Some components are common. Now let us see one by one what are the components used here. This is the intake filter through which the air is sucked in. This is the compressor. Compressor is driven with the help of motor or some prime mover. So the compressor drives, or the prime mover drives the compressor. This compressor pressurizes the air, and that pressurized air is first intercooled. Why it is intercooled? Because after compression the temperature of air increases and it occupies more volume as compared to normal. So in order to reduce the temperature, or in order to reduce the volume, so that we can store more air in the receiver, it is internally cooled. As the temperature drops, the volume reduces. Then thereafter it is a separator. Of course, the air which is taken from the atmosphere, it contains some moisture in that, or dust particles, which are not filtered here. Later on they are separated. That unit is called FRL, filter lubricator unit, filter regulator lubricator unit, that we will see in the actual system. So separator is used here. The main role of separator is to separate the dust particle and whatever the moisture is present in the air, and that dry air is sent to the receiver and it is stored here. This receiver tank is designed as a pneumatic which can store the high pressure air. It also has some safety device. So a pressure switch is located here. As soon as the pressure of the tank, the safety pressure is reached, this pressure switch will actuate, and this pressure switch will send some signal to the motor control and it will cut off the motor. Now this air is utilized, and after some time, as the pressure drops below some particular range which is set as per the design of this receiver tank, this pressurized switch will again come into action and it will send the signal to the motor and it will operate the compressor. So if the upper pressure is reached, the safety pressure, the motor will cut off, and if pressure decreases up to certain level, the motor will start and the air, the compressor comes into the action and the air is being stored in the receiver. After that, you can see here the secondary air treatment device is used. Friends, air contains moisture in it, so that moisture, it is very important to remove it. Again, moisture as well as dust, these are the two main enemies of the pneumatic system. So it is very mandatory to remove the what we can say, the dust and moisture from the system. So the secondary air treatment device is attached, and thereafter this air is flowed through the direction control valve. Here it is a two-way four-port valve which is manually operated, and this is the actuator through which we get our desired output work done. So friends, this is the entire basic component of the pneumatic system which you are seeing here. The construction of this entire system is very simple. Now let us see. Now, what are the basic components of the pneumatic system? One by one, let us see the basic components of which we have seen in the layout. So the first one is air filter. These are used to filter out the contaminants from the air. Contaminants means those we can say the moisture or dust particles or any lubricating oil, because a compressor uses it is a reciprocating device, so there are chances that if there is some leakage from the ring side, some oil particles are also being carried by the pressurized air, and those particles are it becomes mandatory to separate those from the air and make the air completely dry. So the main advantage of making the air dry is that it will not damage the further components. For example, direction control valve is there, actuator is there, the life of pneumatic system increases. The next is compressor. We all know different types of compressors are used in the market. Positive displacement type compressors are there. So the compressed air is generally generated by using air compressor. Air compressor are either diesel or electrically operated. So in some cases where there is no electrical supply possible, there they use the diesel generator which is connected with the engine, and that engine is connected to the compressor. So ultimately a prime mover, either it is a, you can say electrically operated, or either it is mechanically or operated with the help of engine. Air compressors are either diesel and electrically operated. Based on the requirement of compressed air, suitable capacity compressor may be used. So depending on the actuator size, depending on the application, depending on the amount of pressure or workload to be done, or number of cylinders to be operated, a compressor is used. The next is air cooler. So during compression operation, the air temperature increases, as I told you friends earlier, that as the air is being compressed, the temperature increases. So it is very mandatory to reduce this temperature. Therefore the cooler are used to reduce the temperature of the compressed air. Higher temperature may result into some hazardous condition, so it is very mandatory to reduce the temperature of the air. The next is dryer. Our air contains moisture, and it's very mandatory to remove this moisture from the pressurized air. So the water vapor or moisture in the air is separated from the air by using a dryer. So why it is important? Because the use of particular air, it should be dry. The air which is used, it should be dry. If moisturized air is used, it will be responsible for the corrosion of the actuators, corrosion of the direction control valves or spindle of the direction control valve. So it will reduce the life of the pneumatic system components. So it's very mandatory to separate the moisture from the pressurized air. The next one is control valve. The control valve are used to regulate or control and monitor for the control of the direction flow or pressure. That we have seen, all these components are as similar to that of our, you can say, pneumatic system. So these are the different this is the control valve which is used to control the direction or for extracting the cylinder or retracting the cylinder. Air actuator, the air cylinder and the motor are used to obtain, you can say, the required movement of the mechanical element of the pneumatic system. So again friends, the reason is the air actuator, ultimately the single cylinder or single actuator or dual actuator cylinder is used for as an actuator for getting the mechanical work done. So the next one is electrical motor, which is the transform electrical energy into mechanical energy, and it is used to drive the compressor. Friends, again I told you, in some cases where there is no electrical supply possible, in that case engine also is used as a prime mover to operate the compressor, and where electrical power supply is possible, the electrical energy or electrical motor is used as a prime mover to drive the compressor. And the last one is receiver dryer. The compressed air coming from the compressor is stored in the air receiver. This receiver dryer has a pressure gauge on it. It has a safety valve on it. It also has a pressure regulating switch which automatically on and off the motor as per the required pressure in the receiver tank. Receiver tank should be designed in such a manner that all the safety precautions are taken into the consideration, because this tank has to deal with high pressure, so it should be properly designed so that the hazardous conditions are avoided. Now, what are the advantages of using this pneumatic system? The first one is pneumatic system is commonly used in the industrial equipment, and is that it is intrinsically safe. So it is very safe as compared to the hydraulic system. The next is it does not derive power or energy from electricity, hence a pneumatic system will not produce sparks that could ignite gas and cause fire or explosion. Mining equipments, factory equipments and other similar hazardous working environment benefits from using pneumatic system. Friends, we know that in minings or some factories where hazardous conditions are there, or some where there are possibility of catching fire, in that case pneumatic systems are very safe for the operations, because the air which is used as a working medium, it will not cause the fire, and chances of explosions are very less. So in mining and some hazardous conditions, pneumatic system is more convenient, more safe to use. The atmospheric pressurized or atmospheric air is abundant and readily available, which makes the power source as infinite resource. Mainly in pneumatic hydraulic system, the particular fluid of specific quality is required. Here in pneumatic system, the working medium is air, which is available free of cost from the atmosphere and in abundant, in you can say infinite resource. So this is also one of the advantage of the pneumatic system, because the working fluid or working medium air which is used, it is available free of cost in abundant through the natural resource. In pneumatic system, purge compressed air automatically and kneeing the instrument clean and free from the contaminants that can damage or prevent the system from working. It means the pneumatic system is more clean, more safe, dust contaminations chances are very less, and it is very clean, so it can also avoid the contamination. As I told you that contamination in a pneumatic system is only the moisturized air, so these particles are more safe for and the entire system is very neat and clean. A pneumatic system is easy to maintain and easy to use. This is one of the advantage, that this system is very easy to maintain. Pneumatic systems are suitable for working environments exposed to the radiation and high temperature, which makes the pneumatic immune to most element present in the nature. Friends, where there are the area working environment where radiations are there. In that case also pneumatic system is more safer used and it is more safe to use. So this is one of the best advantage for using the pneumatic system for such an environment where there are hazardous conditions are there. A pneumatic system can also use other types of compressed gas. This is beneficial for application where natural gas is the power source. Compressed natural gas may be used as an alternative power source for pneumatic instrument. So in this pneumatic system, in many cases nitrogen is used, but it is hazardous. So the compressed natural gas also we can use in the pneumatic system for the operation. So these are the different advantages. Now what are the challenges? We cannot say the disadvantages, but we can say that what are the challenges of working with the pneumatic instrument that we are normally facing. A pneumatic device is sensitive to the extreme change in the temperature as well as vibration. So if the frequency of vibration is high or the temperature is more, in that case it is very sensitive. So particularly we have to take care of these 2 points, that the temperature should not rise and there should not be excessive vibration beyond some particular frequency. Compressed air is more expensive than the electricity. This is how, friends, because in order to compress the air and use, the electricity is used. So that is why it is termed as compressed air is more expensive than the electricity, because electricity is used first to compress the air and that air is again later on used. It is essential to ensure that there is no leak in the pneumatic system, because compressed air escaping leads to the energy loss. Small escape of the pressurized air will result to the increase in the operating cost or energy loss of the system. So small loss also it results to the big small leakage will result to the big loss of the energy. So it is very mandatory to take care of this minor losses to take place in the system. The next is pneumatic system are known for making a loud noise. As a solution, you can install a silencer in every dump line. So pneumatic system makes much noise as compared to the hydraulic system. So there is a provision that we can use a silencer which reduce the frequency of sound or decibel of the sound in order to reduce the loud noise. Installation cost increases when the instrument required, you can say, the special pipes. So this is again one of the disadvantage or challenges. Quality of pipes are to be used for the operation. Pneumatic system are not upgradable to become compatible, you can say, with smart electronics. So they are not upgraded with the smart electronics. So for that, in that case, we have to replace the entire system if we need to go for the upgradation. Now, so these were the challenges for the pneumatic system. Now, what are the application of the pneumatic system? Pneumatic system are used in many applications. New uses for the pneumatics are constantly being discovered. Now, day by day, where the hazardous conditions are there, we are overcoming the use of other system, replacing the use of other system with the help of pneumatic system. In construction, it is indispensable source of power for which the tools as air drill, hammer, a wrench, and even the air cushioning support structures Not to mention the many vehicles using air suspensions, braking and pneumatic tires are used where the pneumatic systems are used. So there are many operating tools or wrenches or hammers which are being operated with the help of pneumatic system. Even nowadays the air suspension in vehicle, air suspension systems are used which use pneumatic system. Pneumatic braking systems are there in vehicles, even in locomotives like train, pneumatic systems are there, or vacuum brakes are there which are used for braking. In manufacturing, air is used to power high speed clamping, drilling, grinding and assembling using pneumatic wrenches and riveting machines. Plant air is also used to power hoist and cushion support to transport load through the plant. So friends, for drilling, for clamping, grinding or assembling or riveting or using the wrench, the pneumatic systems are used. Even for the hoist, pneumatic hoists are there in order to lift the load, or if you want to transport load from one location to other location, the pneumatic systems are used. So these are the different applications where the pneumatic systems are used. Many recent advantage in air cushion supports are used in the military and commercial marine transport industries. Even the commercial use are there. It is used in the marine industry, it is used in the military also. So these are the different industries where the pneumatic systems are used. Now what are the industrial applications of the pneumatic system? So if you go through this table, you can have the idea that where these pneumatic systems are used. Material handling tools, you can say, for clamping, shifting, positioning, orienting, feeding, ejection, braking, locking, packing, feeding, sorting, stacking. So these are the material handling, how we handle the material with the help of pneumatic system. So these are the different, suppose we want to clamp some device, so pneumatic system is used. We want to shift some workpiece from one location to other, we want to position that or change the orientation, if you want to rotate it, then this it is used. Feeding, if you want to push him or feed, it is used. So these are the different material handling activities which are done with the help of pneumatic system. And these are the some manufacturing operations which are being done with the help of pneumatic. For example, pneumatic drilling are there, pneumatic turning, milling, sawing operation, finishing operation, forming, quality control, stamping, embossing and filling. So these are the different manufacturing operations which are being done with the help of pneumatic system. Other applications are used in aircraft, cement plants, chemical plants, coal mines, cotton mills, dairy products or dairy industry, forge shop, machine tools, doors or clutch control, turning and inverting parts. So this is a clutch control, turning and inverting parts. So if you want to turn or invert or reverse the part, so these are the different other industries other than the manufacturing where the pneumatic system is used. Even in the food industries also the pneumatic systems are very common nowadays, which are used for handling or machining or feeling or different operations for the pneumatic system. Now let us come to the point of different parameters of the air, that what is air. So there are mainly two type of air, the free air and standard air. Now what is in pneumatic system, the existence of the following two conditions of the atmospheric air is well accepted. So in atmosphere, the two type of airs are normally available. You will be surprised that sir, normally in atmosphere we see only one kind of air, but here you will, after going through this PPT, you will be very clear with the what is free air and what is standard air. Now free air at the atmospheric condition at the point where the compressor is located is defined as free air. Free air will vary with atmospheric condition like altitude, pressure and temperature. So normally the air which is available at the suction of the compressor, which is being absorbed or sucked from the atmosphere, the air which is available, it is termed as free air. Now these conditions of the free air changes as the altitude changes, as the pressure changes or as the temperature. For example, in winter we get the dry air, in summer we get somewhat hot air, and in rainy season we get the moisturized air. So depending on the conditions and different altitude conditions and weather conditions, the free air varies as the atmospheric condition changes. Standard air. Standard air is also called the normal air. It is defined as the air at a sea level, means we can say at 1.01324 bar as per the ISO R554 and 20. These are the specific ISO standard codes given for the standard air, and with the relative humidity of 36%. If air is containing 36% of humidity and at this particular bar, it is termed as standard air. The condition of normal atmosphere is used as a basis for getting average value of compressed delivery volume, efficiency and operating characteristics. So you can see here that the condition of a normal atmosphere is used as a basis for getting an average value of compressor delivery volume. So depending on the inlet, depending on the free air condition, the standard air which is used for the you can say for operating the actuators, based on that the delivery volume, the efficiency and the operating characteristic is obtained in the standard air. So that is particularly specific condition of the air which we can obtain by depending on our requirement. So this is how the free air is defined and standard air is defined. So friends, thank you very much for watching this video. I also request you all for subscribe our channel SSIT.Gandhinagar. Thank you very much for watching this.